Simon says, get some hype in the chat because we are into game number 3. Once we have Champ Select ready, we are into game. Proden, the turnaround here in game number 2 was incredible. The way they were able to protect Calavir and get that Varus up and running. Is that the same strategy we're going to see out of Team Unknown this time?
I don't know. I mean, if they can get ahead and play a protect the ADC comp, definitely Calavir showed he could actually he could do that. He could carry the game that way. So I don't think it's a bad idea. But who knows what the draft's going to be from E-Man, because they've had some spicy drafts. They might switch it up on them and do something totally different this time instead of those heavy engaged teams. So I think they're a team that's definitely can change things around. So it could be tough to figure out what you want to do.
E-Man on the blue side starts out with the same classic Azir ban. Has to be that target against death. So we won't get to see that. And then Seraphine still followed up, never wanting to see that again. Team Unknown was pretty traumatized by that game, the first game they played today. Do we follow up with other similar bans? All right, another ban against death. Didn't like the Syndra. We should be seeing the Gwen come out here. They realized that the Briar wasn't the big problem. They know that the Gnar wasn't the big problem those last few games, and they've been able to adjust quite well.
Yeah, I think even though Briar got really far ahead, they adjusted in the mid game and kind of figured out how to handle that, and played to their team comp strengths and were able to pull out that victory. So we'll see if they can make adjustments in this game if they get behind again, or maybe they can make the adjustments in the draft that will just allow them to stay ahead and not have to play from behind.
Absolutely. So there we go. We have the Jarvan band again. A traumatic experience when they had that going. Just as a quick thing, if people aren't reading the chat but are just watching, Team Unknown has custom hoodies made for their team. Nice. There is a link in the chat. Hit that up, everybody. Get yourself some Team Unknown swag because that is incredibly awesome.
Do you think we see the Taric band this game?
I don't think so. It was pretty strong, but it's so niche, I think, in what it does. It would... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
They're busting out the Ashe again. I wonder if they're going to just go for more of that long-range engage still. They're still going to play to that, because that seems to work for them other than the last game. But it was working, earlier. Then they had made a few mistakes and weren't able to pull the victory. And so I'm wondering if they'll still play something along like that, where they're going to try to have all these ways to engage.
Well, I got baited. Yeah, I got baited, everybody in listening to the stream. Yeah, I definitely did. But definitely a top diff at that point, too, because I am a top laner and I just lost. So there it is. It's well done. Well done, Team Unknown. You got me. It's okay. I cast or cursed you at least twice today, not counting the other times I've cast your team. But I still love you, Team Unknown. And I'm glad to see the expansion here of the PLC and our brand, getting E-Man in here as well. Brand picked up. Proden,
is this going to be the Brand jungle that you wanted?
Exactly.
Or is it going to be Brand and Ashe in the bot lane?
Nah, man, that's in the jungle for sure. These guys are crazy.
I think Brand would be good against the Taric and the Varus. Because of that percent help, he can do all that AoE damage.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. You were hoping for a Brand jungle. Maybe it's Brand mid.
Nah, bro. All right. So here's the next thing: is we need to talk about the mid lane pick for Team Unknown. The Syndra is gone, and what Syndra does was instrumental to what Unknown was able to do last game. So what pick are they going to do to facilitate the same strategy? Because if they lock in the Lee Sin on pick 4, then they have the exact same team comp minus the Syndra.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They could go with the same team comp and just do that team fighting they were doing. Like, that is a thing. They could do the run back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, twerp. It has nothing to do with progeria. It's just progenitor. It's a word that means a beginning or an ancestor. So we're using that name as a way to market a place where people can start getting into competitive League of Legends. You know, being on a stream like this, having your name come out, and all of that. So nothing to do with progeria, but progenitor.
Okay, so we got Ivern and Vigar bands hitting the mid pool and the jungle pool just a little bit. Oh, the Lee Sin? Is it going to be the same?
Oh.
But well, no Syndra, because they can't do the Syndra, so we'll have to see exactly. Yeah. The Poppy, ooh, that's good into the Lee Sin.
That is actually really strong into Lee Sin. But he is the only one. I found Poppy to be extremely dangerous when you have 4 jumping champions. It's crazy.
Do they lock it in?
I think
they do lock it in.
It's too strong.
So now we see where your brand is. I tell you, could be Poppy support, but I don't think so.
If Gnar goes anywhere but top lane, I think they're trolling. So it's either support or jungle on the Poppy. Uh-oh. Ionis says Poppy ADC. All right.
Brand
you
support.
Got me. It's brand support.
I told you.
You got me. Okay, so now we get to see the Neeko is locked in on the side of E-Man. So we not only do we need a good matchup, we need a good synergistic pick here. What is Death going to pull out? Okay. I like it. The big burst with the Victor is a great thing to grab. The crowd control with the gravity field, I like it.
2 team fighting teams this time.
Super, super strong here. I am worried about the bottom lane. The last time that the top Ramen Chef had the Ashe, they were able to go really, really hard and get the massive farm lead, especially with the support from the Xerath. You don't have as much damage with the brand, but you have more presence. You have more oppression. You have the ability to burn them down and get the stun. So it should look pretty similar, I would think.
Yeah, they just have to be really careful with Brand just slowly whittling them down or even bursting them out. You know, Brand from behind, not so scary. Brand with some gold, pretty scary.
Absolutely. So we're into spectator delay, everybody. This is probably one of the most tense moments for me as a caster is these 3 minutes we have to wait until we get into the game, because by the time we get in there, stuff's already happened. And seeing what that is, especially with these picks, the uniqueness of our drafts with, Death has played a different champion literally all 4 games. And Oria Hatchel has played 3. Undead Strider, I think, has played 4. So it's just, there are new champions everywhere, and it's feeling really, really good.
Yeah, I like seeing new picks, even if it's only a couple.
Do we see the invade again from Team Unknown?
I think you can invade with this team. I think with Tariq's stun, you can get a good stun and force a flash. So I definitely think you could. I mean, I don't think Nico's going to start with an E, but it's a possibility. Mm-hmm. But I definitely think there could be an invade. But we'll have to see. We've only had one real invade. They might do it again. It'd be interesting to see what happens if they can get the early flash off one of the bot laners or even the mid laner. So it would definitely make the game a lot easier for them.
Agreed. Taking a look here again at our matchups. So we know that the Poppy's going to do well into the Lee Sin. How do we feel about the Mordekaiser in top against the Gnar again?
I think we'll see around the similar type of stuff we saw with them last time. Maybe they'll each solo kill each other, but we haven't really seen the Gnar get super far ahead in any of the games. Usually gets slightly behind, stays even, or maybe so. And Mordekaiser's usually he's been doing all right too, but nobody's really snowballed the top lane with either of those picks. So I kind of think it'll be more of the same. They'll just kind of be somewhat close to each other. I more think that you've got to get this Varus and Taric ahead again. You have to make sure, because I think it can be really oppressive with Brand's poke down there. But if played right, I think they can sustain through it, and Varus should be able to out damage the Ashe as the game goes along.
Definitely. So one thing about last game was the Varus Taric was what won them the game, but it was with very little outside interaction. Are we going to see something similar, or is it going to be more attention from the Lee Sin, trying to get that going earlier in the game?
Well, I think Lee Sin's gonna. I think he should probably definitely get it early.
Mm-hmm.
Get an early gank if you can in the bot lane. Blow some flashes, even if you don't get anything, just I think you need to get that lane going quick. That way you don't have to necessarily hover down there, but you can come by, but get them to where they can kind of be aggressive in the lane. Keep it how they did last game, where they were just pushing and had control, and try to make sure your Victor can get going. I don't think top is really going to be decided too much with jungle interference. I think you definitely want to look towards bottom and mid, especially Victor.
Yeah.
Victor scales really well, so even getting him ahead would be good with all the poke that he can do. It'll be really hard for them to get in.
Agreed. For the last time today, everybody, we are on Summoner's Rift, game number 3 of our, let's call it, grand finals. E-Man Mate versus Team Unknown. We got some mastery flashing and some silly play there in the mid lane.
No invade.
Invade.
Yeah, just ran down there and waved at each other.
I love it. Twerp, it is a trick of perspective. My microphone is about 7 inches closer to the camera than my head is, and that's what it is. No, it's also a large microphone. It's just a Blue Yeti.
Jahadre just has a giant mic. It's actually in the back of his room. It's so big.
That would be actually really cool. I wish.
Yeah, that'd be a huge mic. All right. So both junglers are going to look like they are clearing from bot to top, unless they decide to do like a quick level 2 gank. But I'm assuming they're probably just going to clear towards the top side.
Yeah, I think that level 2 gank from Lee Sin is actually really, really strong. From Poppy, I can see how it would be strong, but we don't have a Jarvan or Xin Zhao or something like that really does it.
Already just getting poked down right here. It's rough early, and it's hard to really get lane control early with Taric to push the wave like that, unless you're using your stun on the wave, but you don't really want to be stunning the wave. Yeah, and it leaves you open to just be ran at. So you got to get the levels on the Taric so you can get the shield, get the healing, and try to help you mitigate some of the damage that Brand's poke and Ashe's poke is going to do.
But this is exactly what Ramen Chef and Undead Strider were able to do in the last time they played with the Ashe. Just get that push, pick up huge CS leads, and be so oppressive. So I think it'll continue that way for a little bit. We get some fights up top, but it doesn't matter. Death. Oh, a nice gravity field. Is able to stop the aggression here. Kalista cannot use any of his jumps. Waits it out. Gets out with the jump to death.
Yeah, Kalista played that really well, coming in, getting inside before he could get stopped by Poppy. Gets some damage in, forcing her to back off and not pursue, killing Victor. Good counter gank. Helped his laner be able to stay there and keep farming, not have to go to base yet.
So, help me out. Is it Gravity Well or Gravity Field? Because I can't remember.
Why not both?
Why not? Because it's only one spell. Who do you mean, why not both?
It's Gravity Field. I think it's Gravity Field.
All right.
Oh, wow. They're just invading this red buff super hard. And they have the prio in both the lanes. And
There's the stun.
Yeah, Clodagh just needs to
Flash is
leave.
Followed. Kallista's in trouble. He gets the blast, but he doesn't make it over the wall.
Oh!
First blood to Shazbot with a beautiful invade from Eman Might.
Wow, really good invade. Just got lane prio and went in. They just couldn't answer. They'd lose too much in those lanes. I think Clodagh probably... Excuse me, Kalista. I keep calling him by his other
Yeah,
name.
right?
he needs to just leave as soon as they come in there. I know you want to stay, but it's just... You just can't at that point. Nobody can really answer or help you out.
Yeah, and that's one of those problems with Lee Sin. He is very mobile, but, you know, he does not win those early fights when there are 3 of them. All right, so it is Gravity Bubble. No,
Gravity
Bubble? Field. No, it's Gravity Field.
Yeah,
Production hovered it for me.
Yeah, it's Gravity Field. Don't
there
listen
we go.
to the trolls.
I love it so much. So this, I think, is going not as well as Team Unknown was hoping it would, but he does get the Flash is burned and he makes it out. Sub 30 health, stunned there from Kiroro. Kalista has to go away from the steadfast presence. Top Ramen Chef is trying his best to get the kill onto Calavir. They just ignored Kiroro the entire time. That focus was bananas. Kalista's gonna get the jump away. Top Ramen Chef thinks he wants more, but a great play from Eman Mate.
And they did give both the kills to the Ashe, which is perfect. You know, getting her set up for winning that lane, so she can come back with the power from the gold she's about to spend. Push the lane in, keep lane prio, and don't allow Varus to get to the point, you know, where he did in that last game. So really good play in the bot lane to snowball their bottom lane forward.
Three kills to nothing so far, but that's okay. It's working. The plan is working. We got CS lead up in the top side, about equalized with the jungle, but then on the bottom we got a wave over to the side of Team Unknown, so they're staying even again. They're making sure that Eman Mate don't get the full win for free, but Eman doing a great job keeping themselves in this series, staying on top most of the time.
Yeah, Victor right now just needs to farm it up so he can get that wave clear and start shoving those waves in and making his presence more known around the map. Nice sneaky dragon play here to get him while they're resetting, just to come in there, push the lane, and get this free dragon. That's a really good call.
I like that this is similar to what they did last game too. They were able to get all 4 Drakes. The entire game was theirs in terms of Drake kills, and so we got an Elder coming up in 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah, it's a nice early Drake. That's going to be really good for them to try to snowball that. And well, I guess we'll see which dragon we get. We won't know till after the next one, but I'm kind of hoping we get a different dragon than we haven't had yet, just for a little difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that. Mordekaiser are struggling just a little bit against the Gnar. That's going to happen for a little bit. You know, we talked about how the hyper procs make that really a tough matchup. But that turret shot almost equalizes it out. He's going to farm up here.
Nice hit with the Q there.
No stun onto death. He doesn't have his flash. He's going to throw it on the Gravity Field. Oriah Hatchel picks that one up. A gank coming from Kalista. They see it coming with that ward in the brush. No good.
Unfortunately, too, Victor's just used his TP to come back into lane last time, so he is going to have to walk all the way back. Probably going to lose about half a wave or more, depending how quick he can get the mid pushed in. So he will lose a few minions for that, but you know, just needs to play a little safe early. Victor's pretty abusable in the lane early. You need that power spike when you can clear those waves quick and not have to be far from your turret. So gets punished a little bit for positioning. Really good gank from Senpai. He wants to make sure this game is won by getting multiple lanes ahead. So we'll see if that kill in the mid lane can snowball into anything more.
Rift Herald picked up for E-Man. I think you want to drop that one mid. Mid is usually the answer, right? It's the shortest lane. It's the most direct route to the enemy base. And getting your mid laner all that plate gold is really effective, especially when they're these mages that scale so well with ability power.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be a terrible idea to drop it there or bot lane. You're getting those lanes snowballing ahead right now, so being able to put more gold into them will really help.
An interesting choice from the Neeko, already getting the Sorcerer Shoes, those level 2 boots, before even getting a second real component for the Mythic. What are your thoughts on that? Never mind. The Pop Blossom comes out, and that's the full-on murder train.
Oh, no.
From Death. In comes the Poppy. Aurea Hatchel gets the kill. Oh! But is it enough damage from the Chaos Storm?
The Steadfast Presence gets Poppy out, saves her. She would have died on the next tick. That would have been great for Victor to get that trade over, and probably given him his first upgrade to his Hextech core.
Yeah, very, very close. Remember, Steadfast Presence grants you movement speed. Everybody, it's more than just a jump blocker. It also
Do we have a Gaze in the bot lane?
Yes, we do, because there we go. Crowd control onto crowd control. Top Ramen Chef is ignited, and that's shutdown gold going over to Kiroro.
Unfortunately, the last tick of Ignite was able to get it for Taric, and we couldn't get the kill on Calaver. But we did slow the Ashe down. They'll be able to push in this wave, hopefully get some more CS, and scrape back a little bit of that gold they were behind. Poppy is coming from the side over here. She might...
Oh, Varus is in trouble. Nope, he sees it. They're going to pull back. Poppy makes it into the lane. While we're up here on the top side, Big Bad Burr is having a bit of trouble. He was ahead for a little bit, but he has fallen back. It's only 2 CS, not that big of a difference. Got that kill, though, onto Shazbot. It was the first blood, and so he's only behind that little tiny bit.
Yeah, but he was about 10 or so ahead, so it's been slowly coming back. Or Shazbot's been slowly taking that back.
All right, we have our fight. The wallop goes in. Big Bad Burr, though, gets to pick up the passive. I think that's what's been so hard for him is Mordekaiser's damage and his healing and such all comes from that passive, being able to be up in the fight. And you're just not able to do that with the Gnar because he has so much range and is able to kite just like this. It's a lot of damage. Big Bad Burr goes in with the mace. The juke out. Rift Herald is somehow on the top side. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, you're probably still going to get some plates. I don't think he's going to be able to stop it, but you're going to get... Is he going to take the second one too? I think it will from this point, but I think I might have saved it for a little bit later, but maybe they just wanted to create pressure in the top so they can try and get this dragon.
We have a collapse from Undead Strider on the bottom side. Kalista wants to go in. Enchanted Crystal Arrow does not land. Senpai says no, stops the engage. Kalista is super low. Hit with the Pop Blossom. Calaver is unstoppable here, or unkillable at the moment. Top Ramen Chef goes down. Aurea Hatchel is the only one left. Kiroro does land a stun. Death has a bit of damage. Heal coming out of Kiroro. Dodging out of the gravity field. It gets the kill there. Rampage for Aurea Hatchel. But does the burn damage come from Death? It's one more auto attack. He gets it. Aurea Hatchel saves the play. Oh, it was so close. Look at the Neeko.
Wow, this Neeko has 5 kills. She is massive. She's going to go back and probably complete her mythic. Couple other, maybe another component. But yeah, her engages are going to be incredibly dangerous now with this. Rocket Bell completed. Flash isn't but the combo between Flash and Rocket Bell coming in, you can't see the Pop Blossom. It really will catch you off guard if you can't track where she's at or know which one is the real Neeko. It's just going to get a lot harder from here on with how strong Neeko is and the bot side. So he still managed to get the dragon after that.
Yeah. It was a 4-for-3 trade in favor of E-Man, but then the Drake goes over, so it all works out. They are stacking the dragons, right? It's the whole point. We saw this in the last game. they're able to stack up these Drakes, and then that power will lead them into the mid game and allow them to really stack up this Varus, get him ahead, and that's their main source of damage. Shazbot underneath the turret just takes a hit, gets a hit down, wall up to get the stun. Into the Death Realm they go. Shazbot might be in some trouble. He manages to get the Gnar against the wall, but Big Bad Burr is going to be dealing some damage. He gets the Conqueror. That's true damage. Flash is not available, but one more mace hit should do it. Does he have it? Pulls him back, and that's a solo kill for Big Bad Burr.
I think that's how we saw things go in the game before, right? Shazbot got the early kill. Big Bad Burr comes back and kills him later on. It's almost like this is repeating, kind of like how I thought it would.
The Rylai's.
Maybe iCaster cursed it.
Yeah, this is your fault. It's not my fault, everyone. Not my fault. But the Rylai's is a really big deal for that. Senpai is going to go on to Big Bad Burr. I don't know if you're going to kill him. Oh, you will with that teleport. Knock up there from the Keeper's Verdict. No flash. Shazbot is already here. Death, you don't want to stay there, my friend. Chanted Crystal Arrow goes wide, and that's just the end of the fight at that point. Oh, hey, Kalista. You saw... Oh, a nice dodge of the Pop Blossom. That was huge. But suddenly, you have Top Ramen Chef there. Kalista has to jump away with the safeguard. Root down onto Death. Kalista is taken low as well. Sonic Wave. No Resonating Strike because there's no Dragon Kick to go. Blue team takes out the first turret. Shazbot from E-Man will take that down.
Wow, it's a good little skirmish in the mid lane there. No one gets killed, but just showing you that Victor, he may have been put back a little bit. He still has some good damage with his first item completed, and that ultimate does do tons of damage. Although,
but he's just too close. Ramen Chef almost gets him, flashes away. That gravity well is really paying dividends.
This man is using his flash on cooldown.
Gravity Field. Thank you, production.
Every time Death has his flash come back up, it seems like he has to blow it right away.
And you know what? Props to E-Man for doing that, right? The moment it's up, you want him to burn it. Victor is not a mobile champion, so you want him to lose that spell as often as possible. Oh, but Calavir picks up a kill on the bottom side. Let's see. Ultimate used, Ignite used. Easy. But now, do they have enough damage here? There are only 3 minions. Oh. Undead Strider says, nah, thank you, bro.
Just chunks Brand down a bit points. They might be able to take it, though, push the lane in fast enough, unless Brand can clear it, but he does need to be careful. He can be killed. But no, they're just going to push it in and go back and spend their gold. I do like the first item that he got to sustain through that poke damage.
Exactly, and that was my comment, is he went Kraken Slayer first last game, but this time, because of the sustaining damage of the Brand, it just makes more sense. We're going to have a fight here in the middle lane. A lot of crowd control. All of the crowd controls are there. Flash into the kick. Senpai is going to take a lot of damage. Pop Blossom is going to stop Kalista from...
Oh, he gets the kill!
Never mind. The cripple goes in. He follows the Resonating Strike. Oh! Kiroro burns the flash off.
What a play.
Wow. Immensely impressive there. Big Burr is going to get hit with Shazbot. Flash burned. He's going to get the slow there. Here comes the Shazbot follow. And this is exactly it. Hit the W. He doesn't have the cooldown. And Shazbot picks up his only second. His solo kill.
Gnar showing his dominance. Doesn't want to be shown that he can beat him in that fight. He didn't like the way the last one went, so he wanted to show Big Bad Bird that wasn't going to happen again.
So I might have said the cripple goes in. It was not meant that way. The name of the spell is cripple. He used the cripple and went in. Is what I was trying to say. Thank you so much, chat. Man, I can't win.
I didn't even think of it that way. Wow. Chat will get you.
Neither did I until they brought it up. But here we go. This is the Drake play. Teleport is used. Big Bad Bird is here. And Team Unknown know that they need these Drakes. Will they be able to get it? Shazbot is about to go Mega. Undead Strider is brought into the Death Realm. Blue team
Cavalier
does
flashes.
secure the dragon. Big Bad Burr does pick up a kill there. It looks like Team Unknown is actually winning this fight pretty handily. Ramen Chef goes down. That's a 4-for-1 so far. Will Shazbot make it out? He does. He has to hop away. He has to flash. And they don't get the Drake, but they do win the fight afterward. Team Unknown come out ahead there.
Yeah, Cavalier gets a triple kill out of that, just probably boosting him ahead of where the Ash is right now by getting some shutdowns. I don't know if he got the Nico kill, but that was at least 500 plus gold. Varus is just out of control right now. Yeah, I think you have to leave. If you get stunned, you die.
Absolutely. Shazbot does make it out. Turret going down. Unknown really taking advantage of that play. They're only 100 gold behind, maybe 150. This is looking very similar to the last game, so E-Man need to be careful. If they keep letting it go this way, Rage Blade is almost complete for the Varus.
Yeah, and Varus was able to flash out of the Gnar ult, and that is why he was able just to come back in and deliver all of that damage. Had he been hit, they might have been able to win that fight with Varus just free casting from behind. They just could not win the fight with that. The DPS was just too high, and nobody could get to him.
All right.
I like how you're permitting words in the chat.
Hey, it's because it's the name of a spell.
Yeah.
That's my bad, everybody. That's my bad.
All right. So Baron is up. He just hit the 20-minute mark. Looks like we're gonna have a Chem Tech Drake. I'm gonna let you do all the big words because I can't say that.
Chem Tech. Oh, yeah, now I can't even do it. Chem Tech Drake.
Not the strongest Drake. Probably the weakest one, but I mean, you still would rather have it than not have it. So,
yeah.
The dragon stacking has been slowing down, so we're not going to see a Dragon Soul anytime soon. But the Baron is up, so a pick from either team could allow an easy Baron take.
I love looking at the pings here. E-Man just threw everything on the map, right? They were pinging right south of the mid lane at the Baron pit as well. They know what's coming. They know what they need to do, and they know that they need to stop it quick. Otherwise, this game is going to get out of control. The Varus already 5-2, has 2 items completed, on track.
We're back to a pretty much
Kalista,
100% even
game. Gonna find Shazbot, uses the cripple to slow him down, has the red buffs. I can't call that spell anymore, all right? It's ruined.
Crippling Strike, isn't that what it is?
I think it's just cripple.
I think it's Crippling Strike. You should say that.
Help me out. Help me out, production.
Oh, it is cripple. You're right. I thought it was.
I told you. Oh, but I'm using it too early. It's called Tempest first.
Tempest.
It's Tempest. So I've been wrong regardless. Thank you, chat. You're keeping me honest. I'm learning. Oh, it's so much fun. All right. Drake up in 140. That's going to be the next focus here. Kalista going to clear out some of the vision, get themselves the Scuttle Crab. I think that's a great plan, right? You get as much vision up as you can.
All the TPs are about to be up. Big Bad Burr is about to have his. So there'll be TPs from every lane able to join. Well, not every lane, mid and top from both sides to be able to join any fights that happen. I'm not sure how they're going to do this. If they're going to try to engage with the Ash Hour or maybe try to get like, oh, here we
nice cleanse from Calaveer, but it is no matter. They still take him out. No flash and the collapse from Shazbot. That's Baron for sure. These guys are going right over there. They know all of the damage is on Calaveer and they don't care about anything else.
Death is looking probably like he's going to TP in. He's recalling right now. Nico's in the bot lane. So if he can TP in before Nico does, or they can force a stop on this. He is coming from the side flanking. I don't know if you want your Victor flanking.
Flash forward from Big Bad Bird. Death already picks up a kill. Into the Death Realm goes Senpai. Huge damage. Shazbot is barely alive. He goes down. Kalista picks that one up. Oriahacho gets a good Pop Blossom, but it's not enough as they were invincible at the time. Senpai is down. The only one left is the top Ramen Chef. He's going to take a lot of damage. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike. Flash to follow the Blast Cone. Tempest, Cripple, Auto Attacks, Ace. And that is Team Unknown picking up the fight at the Baron pit.
Oh, I love how I just called Desk. I just said TP was top and it was Nika. I'll apologize for that.
Here we go. Suddenly the DPS is here. Calavir has respawned. He's joined his team on the Baron. Not only that, but the Drake has spawned as well. Baron has been taken. Team Unknown doing exactly what they did last game, letting the Varus scale, picking the right fights, going for the objectives. This is so much fun. E-Man have to be worried at this point in the game.
Yeah, they had an early lead, as you can see in the graph here, but the game within the last little bit has really swung back. Oh my lord!
Just like that. Okay, well, he is definitely the victor of that fight.
True.
Thank
just
you,
goes
everybody.
up in flames.
Hey, there he is. And that is going to be one more Chemtech Dragon in the hands of Team Unknown. They have the Baron buff. This is going to be a really big push, especially with the support down. Do we see the fight? Oh, a prediction here. The kick did not work. He did not get him pulled out the other way. Turret has been taken. There's the root. But the flash forward, Kiroro will manage to get the stun. Shazbot knocks 2 against the wall. Oria Hatchel tries to save himself, preempting the Pop Blossom. It gets no one. Keeper's Verdict was also very well used there from Senpai, but turret goes down regardless. Team Unknown on the push. Oria Hatchel might be caught. Kalista does not want to follow that for the Lee Syndrome.
The Lee Syndrome.
Yeah, man. Lee Syndrome is one of my favorite words.
Yeah. They did get... Gnar did blow his flash escaping because he got pulled back that fight, so they're not going to be able to get like a flash jump Gnar ult anytime soon, so it's going to be a little bit harder for him to try to get into that back line and stun everyone into the wall. They really need like a full-on 5-man Gnar ult into a wall, into like a Poppy Slam, into like an Ashe ult, like just to wombo combo everybody and kill them right now. This lead is ballooning out of control at this point. It's getting bigger and bigger. They're gonna need to really get a pick, but it's so hard to get a pick against this team. The kick from Kalista, beautiful.
They were able to pull that play because 3 members chased Death on the bottom side. We weren't able to see that one as the engage was coming up on the top, but Team Unknown really, again, using the map to their advantage. When you see 3 members of E-Man going bottom to chase a victor, you dive.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful play. Ward hops over there. Back behind it, flashes, gets the kick, or excuse me, does not flash, but gets in behind the Gnar and kicks him forward into the team, and just they instantly blow him up. Really good play, allows them to take that turret, push in, and then get a clean reset where they don't lose anything.
The largest lead this game so far, 7,000 now in favor of Team Unknown. Will they be able to hold on to it? E-Man has shown themselves to be excellent team fighters and really well coordinated when they need to. So, will they be able to pull out the win? There are only 2.5 minutes before the Dragon Soul comes back up. 1 minute and 15 seconds later, Baron is back up. Will E-Man be able to find their fights in the side lane, get those picks, and shove in to get their advantage back? Or will it stay in Team Unknown's favor?
Look at the item difference on the ADCs. Varus is a full item ahead, plus he has a stopwatch. So it's going to be really hard to, like, even if you do get a catch on him, to burst him out, because he's going to be able to stopwatch, and then the team's going to be able to peel. He does have his flash up, his cleanse. It's really tough at this point to try and get a kill on him if he's surrounded by his team. There's somehow you have to get him separated and burst him out.
Here comes the setup. Everybody grabbing their buffs. Vision going to be taken. Push in the mid lane as well. Baron buff obviously has worn down now. They weren't able to get the inhibitor, but they pushed really far in. You have mid lane all the way to the base, top lane all the way to the base. Only about, I'm going to say 1/5 or less of the bottom lane turrets health. So, Unknown, ready to reset and go set up on this dragon. Take that for the soul. I'm really looking forward to seeing what E-Man do to stop it.
Looks like Gnar is about to get that bottom turret. He might be able to get a little bit of gold. Yeah, he did get it. He got a little bit of gold back into the team. I mean, they need more bounties than that, though. That's not enough to really put them on even footing. They're so far behind. They need to get some of the bounties. They need to get the bounty off the other champions and a couple more turrets before they can really take a head-on fight. Right now, you got to try and pick somebody out if you want to bring this game back or try to stop this dragon stack.
Oh. Undead Strider has to flash away. He was going to go down there. That is literally just the first half of a Victor laser. Arrow goes through.
Nice side
misses.
Step.
This is big for Team Unknown. Senpai Says No is going to have to land a super strong Keeper's Verdict to knock people out of this pit to stop the soul. But
they don't have a really good way in with Victor, in front there. Poppy's trying to get closer and get in. And they're kind of pushing their way in right now, but it's really hard with the Victor poke to get into a good position without getting poked down.
Keeper's Verdict knocks away too. This is a 5v3 now. Dragon does go over. Huge crowd control down onto the Nard. Kalista gets the kick, but he is caught in the pit. He manages to kill the Brand with the kick of Shazbot. The rest of Unknown has made it back in. In goes the Victor. The damage there. Kalista is staying alive, healing up just enough, and that's going to be the ace. A 5-0 plus the soul. Triple kill on Kalista. That means Team Unknown have free reign of Summoner's Rift. They're going to push mid.
I think they're just going to try to end the game. They're not even going to go for the Baron. No, actually, they might be able to end, actually, because it's only one that's coming up soon is Brand. Well, they are splitting their push, so maybe not. But I think they can possibly end the game if they push fast enough. And they can always fall back to the Baron after they push in, so either way is a good call.
I like doing the double inhibitor. It's a much safer route.
Yeah.
Flash forward from death.
Oh,
no.
Damage,
and there's the ace. Victor, leaving just the Ashe outline. Thank you, observers, for that. That was amazing.
There's more than one Ashe in this game.
Hey, nice work. And there we go. That was a huge swing in power, huge swing in gold. Team Unknown now 9,000 gold ahead, 10 kills up. They're able to break 2 inhibitors. When we watched the first 2 games here, these guys they've always looked really close, but E-Man was able to get ahead the first 2, but now, this time, Calavir again, team on his back, the setups from the Victor, from the Taric, and from the Lee Sin, just getting this guy exactly what he needs. It's the ticket. He may not be unknown as a team, but they will know his name after this.
And now all lanes are pushing. You just go into the top lane, get the Baron minions buffed up, come down, and just make your slow push in. Just let the waves push in slow. You don't really need to do this fast and make a mistake to let them extend the game out further. Just push in, wait for something to happen, or just let the minions kill it and put the tower, and then push in on the other side. Don't get blown up. Don't step out of where you should be. Position correctly. Just let the minions do the work.
On top of that, E-Man really need to be careful with their engage tools, right? The Enchanted Crystal Arrow missing was huge for Team Unknown. Undead Strider unable to use his damage.
Victor's ult was used. I don't really think it did much damage. A little bit. Now the waves are starting to push in the base. This is when you can really put the pressure on that top tower, because somebody has to answer those waves.
So here it comes. Wave in mid has made it to the turrets. Nico is back there trying to do something. Death kills Undead Strider. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Do they have the damage? In goes the Taric ultimate. They are all invincible and take no damage from the Pot Blossom. That was brutal. Big Bad Bird goes into the Death Realm, able to fight Oreo Chaco. Calavir on a rampage. Kalista goes in, gets the smite kill, and this is gonna be it, Proton. Team Unknown from the brink of the 1-0 and losing the game before take the best of 3 and are the first PLC champions.
What a great game. What a great series. What a great day. It was very enjoyable.